Hey guys, Ben Stewart here, founder and CEO of Canadian Property Stars. I'm really excited this day has finally come. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my company. Canadian Property Stars was a lawn care company that I started over 20 years ago when I was in high school growing up here in Ottawa, Canada. Over the span of the next 5, 6, 7 years, I developed one of the larger lawn care companies in Ottawa. But during that time, I developed a direct sales and service position focusing on core aeration in the spring and power raking services. It started to grow and started to build, and I started to refine systems. And it got to a point in 2004 where I said, you know, I'm cutting lawns, I'm doing hard landscaping and a whole lot of other stuff, but I'm generating more than 50% of my annual revenues in a small 2-month window. What if I got rid of all of that other stuff and was able to zero in and focus in on what's already working and develop that into a system? And that's when Canadian Property Stars was formed. And developing that system has enabled our company to start in 2004 in my basement of my home, to 2005 into our first warehouse. By 2007, I had already driven down the 401 and opened up our first Toronto location. And then within a short 5, 6 years, I was able to take a simple system with a few aerators and turn it into 10 aerators and 30 aerators and 100 aerators and all the way up to over 1,000 aerators in corporate locations owned by me across the entire country. Now, you must be saying to yourself, well, how on earth was I able to do that with aerating? Well, we also have summer services in Ontario. We do driveway sealing. That's the blacktopping of the driveways. And out in Western Canada, we do exterior window cleaning, pressure washing for the exterior of homes. We are a residential client company. We do not do commercial. We focus in on residential clients in massive volume. Now, the reason for the video here today is over the growth period of our company, when we went from a small company here in Ottawa to major league businesses in many, many major cities across the country, because we are focusing in on one specific service, that core aeration in the spring, our teams of direct sales and service agents, we needed to have as much territory as possible, as many neighborhoods, as many cities, and as many towns for our guys to be whipping around. Now, maybe you guys have seen them in the neighborhoods before, but when our vans and trailers come in and our aerators are deployed and all our direct sales professionals are dropped off, they'll come into a neighborhood and you'll be looking around. Next thing you know, you see all these white flags popping up all over the place. You see lawns being aerated all over the place. Now, a lot of those jobs that we're doing are our renewing clientele from year after year after year. We have a very high renewal rate. But once we're in the neighborhood already working with our renewed clients, our sales and service team, they'll go door to door, they'll talk to neighbors, and they'll be selling and servicing thousands more of clients. This enabled our company to grow from a small company into a $10 million plus company annually over the last 5 years across the country. Now, why am I here today? Why am I finally in a position where I can franchise this opportunity? Well, the reason is really simple. Until a couple of years ago, that was not even on the radar. That was not even in my mind, because we were aerating and we were sealing and we were cleaning, and we needed as much room as possible so that our guys who are coming through the neighborhoods can have fresh territory, as high revenues as possible and as high commissions as possible. Now what's happened 2 years ago in 2016, I developed a cart called the Lawn Rejuvenation Unit. In that cart, we have a power rake, we have spring fertilizer, we have amazing overseeding, and we have lime and BC. And that cart itself has created a new industry called on-demand lawn care. So instead of spending 2 or 3 months where we're just running territory, aerating lawns, now in our first half of the spring, in the early spring, we aerate lawns, and in the back half of our spring, we conduct fertilizing, seeding, power raking. This new division has actually cut our season length in half, and we've got an aeration and a rejuvenation season. So in effect, our corporate locations are only requiring half the space they used to get the exact same revenues or higher. We were blown away in 2017, last spring, in our first spring, when our very first year doing lawn rejuvenation, in the back half of the spring, we were able to generate the same amount or more revenue in power raking, fertilizer, seed, and lime that we're able to do the entire first half of the spring with our base business we've been doing for 20 years. So it's a very exciting time for our company, and what it's generated for as an opportunity is my corporate locations, there's 8 of them across the country in major cities, they no longer need all of the exterior small towns where we used to have to put up in hotels and we used to have to drive on these long road trips to service our clients. We can actually generate as much revenue as we'd like close to home within 1 hour of our corporate locations. What opportunity has this now created? We are going to be franchising and awarding franchises to qualified candidates for 34 locations across the country over the next 90 days. So if you're seeing this video right now, in July or August, September of 2018, this video is the very first time Canadian Property Stars is going to be awarding new franchises with this business system. This opportunity is going to be an incredibly limited time opportunity, because once we have assigned and awarded a franchise in a local market, it's going to be completely game over. That individual and that team is going to completely dominate the lawn care industry in their city and dominate an industry in such a way where they're going to be creating a massive, massive financial future for themselves and their family. So I'm looking for 2 specific target individuals who would be coming into our business and becoming a franchise with our company. The first individual is someone who has either been exposed to Canadian Property Stars or previous name Spring Masters, where they were either a worker, part of our staff, or they've seen our system in play and seen us out there, and they have a good understanding for the opportunity. They understand the job. They know how to promote the services. This is target market number 1. Now, we've had an extremely successful opportunity within this business with individuals that have been able to come into this business, learn the job at the door, and then from my training, been able to go and actually operate corporate locations in different parts of the country without my presence there through the training and the systems that we have. You're going to be hearing a little bit about that on this video. So target market number 1 is someone who has some experience with Canadian properties, some experience in direct sales, and they get it. Target market number 2, and it's the main prime target that I'm going to be seeking out as the franchises across the country. That's the individual that already has an existing business. They already are an entrepreneur in a local market. They already maybe own a lawn care company or a landscaping company, some type of residential service company that already has a customer database. If you have already possessed the skill set to survive in today's economy, in today's market, you have your little spot, whether it be a home base out of your basement or you have your own little warehouse, and you've already got your customer database and you've got a nice little local business, you are in such an amazing position to take Canadian Property Stars, this big, massive business engine, and put it right down on top of your current lawn care company. Now, by doing that, you got to understand that, let's say you had a couple hundred aeration clients in your local market. Canadian Property Stars comes in here, we throw you a couple thousand more. And then based on what you're doing in the spring, you would normally take care of your fertilizing clients and get things going. You would already be paying hourly staff to go out and service these aerations. They might not be the most motivated crew, and they're trying to get around, and the cost of doing business is increasing more and more each year, as you know. By adding in the Canadian Property Stars system, you're going to actually be able to take our marketing system, our recruiting system, and our direct sales system and multiply the aerations you have, multiply the aerations we're going to be providing you with this business system to become the #1 lawn care company in your market. Now, the really cool part about it is, as a franchise of Canadian Property Stars, you still have your local company. And that local company, because we have teams at the door, those teams at the door are dropping off your flyers for you for free. Those teams are right at the door and they're servicing an aeration client, and now suddenly they're upselling your fertilizing packages, or they're upselling your lawn cutting package, or they're creating leads for your landscaping division. Whatever your core business is, this marketing engine that is Canadian Property Stars is going to enable your local company, in whatever capacity it has, to become the #1 player in your city. Not only will you be making thousands and thousands of dollars aerating in the spring or sealing in the summer, you'll be making that on top of massively growing your local business. So whether you're running Canadian Property Stars as a standalone business, because our corporate locations, they're standalone businesses. We've grown over $10 million, and we only aerate and we only seal in the summer or clean windows in the summer. That's the only services we do. And because we've had such an amazing focus on understanding how to bring people in, the biggest complaint I get from entrepreneurs across the country when I'm speaking to them is it's hard to find good help. I agree. And that's the reason why our company, Canadian Property Stars, has been able to grow, because we have the secret sauce. We have the systems, the manuals, and the training on how to develop a very, very large team, a profitable team, and a productive team, and a massively competitive team. Not to mention, Canadian Property Stars and working with direct sales teams and the way we've set up the system is a whole lot of fun. So I want to talk to you guys about the franchise, and I want to talk to you about what is setting Canadian Property Stars and my franchise opportunity apart from the regular franchise that you've seen. Because I'm sure if you're a lawn care business owner, or you're watching this and you're a budding entrepreneur and you're someone who's looking for an opportunity, you're saying, well, what's different with these guys? You know, what's different? Well, let me explain. It's really simple. Number one, I'm going to talk with what most franchisors have. So the business systems, the manuals, etc. So this is one example of one of our manuals, Canadian Property Stars Manager Manual 2018. This has over 300 pages of materials, systems, scripts, recruiting methodology, the training, the materials, absolutely everything that you're going to need to know to run this business. We also have a general manager's manual, and we also have a franchisee's manager manual. So there's a lot of material, and I'll tell you that our business, a lot of people said, oh man, yeah, you just get some guys and you have aerators and trailers and the vans and you go and you make money. If that was the case, I'm pretty sure there'd be thousands of people out doing exactly what I've developed. But the thing is, guys, we have not tripped over our success. I spent 15 years, every single year, building a seasonal business for 6 months of the year, generating millions of dollars. And the other 6 months of the year, I was thinking, I was crafting, I was systematizing, and working with my entire management team and our staff to evolve our business every single year. This manual used to be 50, 60 pages. Now it's 300. And the amount of training that goes in, the amount of expertise and time that's gone in to develop this system and create a business for that will stand the test of time is unbelievable. So number one, we have a business system. Everything you get, the digital forms, the worker payouts, the master booking lists, absolutely everything is going to be provided in a nice package with all the training attached to it. Now, pretty much every single franchisor, I really hope, provide that as well. Now, next one, online reputation. In our business, in the lawn care business, let me tell you about online reputation, and at our size, a company of our size, how hard it is to maintain a high-level reputation. You're saying, hey, I've got a great reputation. Well, yes, you might have a great reputation with the Better Business Bureau because you have 300 clients. Try having very few complaints with 100,000 clients a year. We've worked very, very hard with our staff, very, very hard with our online reputation to ensure that we are currently at A+ accredited business across the country with the Better Business Bureau. HomeStars is the #1 review site here in Canada for residential clients, and we are right up around an 8 out of 10 with over 500-600 positive reviews on there, and it's improving to the day. So it's important to understand when you're looking at an opportunity, what kind of reputation, what are the clients in the community, how are they perceiving the opportunity, how are they perceiving the service that they're getting done. We work very hard on that, and I'm assuming most franchisors provide that as well. Next one's the training. Now, the training is really important. One of the reasons why our company has grown the way it has is because our entire management team and our staff understands that if you're not growing in your own skill, you're dying. And we put a lot of effort and a lot of time into training, because not only do we need to know how to run the business, we need to be able to run it efficiently. We need to understand that recruiting and bringing teams in and developing our teams is so important to our revenue and our growth that we take our training very, very seriously. Now, one of the things that Canadian Property Stars does is every single year I bring my entire management team from Vancouver to Ottawa, everyone into one group in one setting for a 9 or 10 day intensive boot camp. We get every year kicked off, and we put our money and our time and our investment of our resources into getting the team trained each year. Ben Stewart, myself, I am the one who trains every single manager, every single franchisee. I want to make sure that when you learn this business, you are learning it from the guy that started it. Not only did I start it, not only did I build it with the team around me, but to this day, I jump in a van and I manage and I train new workers. I'm right in the field in these locations, and I want to make sure that my skill is always evolving, my skill is always improving, so that I can give you guys the best training possible to have the best results. So I'm not sure about the other franchisors, whether the original CEO and the original founder is the one who's actively training the franchisees, but I can guarantee you that although we're a very large business, I treat this business and has always treated this business like a small business. And I'm going to be there for you guys as your mentor, as your coach and instructor, to make sure that you have the training you need to be successful. Okay, franchise fee. I've heard about franchise fees ranging anywhere from $10,000-$20,000 all the way up to $500,000 and $1 million. So you must be saying, well, Ben, you've got this great opportunity. Is it going to be expensive? Well, guys, let me tell you something. If you are right for this business, if you're an entrepreneur who's serious about the business, if you're a local lawn care business that's ready to explode in your market, or if you're someone from CPS and you've worked with us and you get it, you want to get involved, I want to make sure that your decision to get involved, if you're qualified, is an absolute no-brainer. The way I'm going to do it is pretty cheap franchise fees. So to get in from one of our micro territories, one of our small territories, the actual franchise fee is as low as $20,000, all the way up to our largest franchise fee up around $40,000. So that's a very, very, very competitive and a very, very low cost franchise fee. And that's going to include the manuals, the trainings, and a whole lot of extra material so that you're ready to get started. So franchise fees, some franchisers out there, they're small, probably because they don't have much to give, or they're really big because they have a massive brand. We're on the small front because I want to make sure that you can get involved in a cost-effective way. Next one, this is huge, exclusive territory. Franchisers are all about making money, let's be honest. Now for myself, I'm about making money as well, but I understand that I have corporate locations and I'm continuing to have corporate locations, and my model is not just sell 1 million different franchises. My model is have my solid corporate locations that can be the leaders in this business, and they can be the mentors to all the franchisees coming in. So in a collective sense, we can be more and more powerful every single year. Now to do that, I need happy franchisees. So what we have done is we have created 34, it's exactly 34, that's the number, 34 franchise territories where you're going to know the exact towns, the exact neighborhoods that are part of your franchise location. Now, growing up here, I grew up in Canada, Ontario, and I remember when the first Tim Hortons came in, I actually knew the owner. I cut his lawn way back in my teen years, and I remember him telling me, yeah, now that my Tim Hortons is doing well, they're opening another Tim Hortons 500 meters down the road, but they gave me first right to refusal if I want to give them another $400,000. I was looking, I'm like, what? You've got your one location, and now you're going to cut your business in half. The last thing any franchisee needs is to find out that their business is going to get smaller and weaker the longer you're around. So one of the things that we have in our franchise documentation is you're going to have your exact territory, and the only thing that's going to happen with your territory over time is it's going to grow as neighborhoods are built around your neighborhood and new development comes into these cities. You will not have your territory cut, split, or shrunk in any way. That way you know with peace of mind when you join Property Stars as a franchisee, your business is only going to grow. All right, next one. This one's sweet, guys. You're going to like this. You talk about royalty fees. People are always wondering about a franchise. Well, what kind of royalty fees are they? Well, you're going to have a very specific fee each year to pay. And that is going to be what's going to come out to the percentage of sales, like example, a royalty fee. Our fee is called a territory fee. So based on the size of your territory, there is going to be an allocated amount that you're going to be paying monthly towards your territory fee with Canadian Property Stars. Now that fee, first of all, is extremely affordable, but the beautiful part about it is it's not based on your sales. It's based on the potential in your territory. And it's going to be a very, very cost-effective number that as your business grows in most other franchise opportunities, so does your royalties. Maybe they're charging you 8% of sales, 6% of sales, 10% of sales. I've heard some crazy stories about what they're charging. So that means if the business is only doing 100,000, you're paying this, but if it's doing 1 million, you're paying 10 times this. With Canadian Property Stars, you're going to pay one franchise territory fee. That territory fee annually is going to be able to easily be paid your very first year in business. And as your business grows in size, the territory fee is fixed, which means every single year you build your business, you build that client list in your market, your actual profitability increases as it grows as opposed to decreases. All right, next one. Another complaint I've talked about, and it's beautiful as someone who had never intended on franchising this business, I always would talk to different franchisees across the country. And one of the big complaints franchisees had in other businesses was that the corporate franchisor was really gouging them on suppliers, forcing them to buy their little chips and drinks from this retail price, and then have to find a way to be profitable with their clients. When you're with Canadian Property Stars, I have set up amazing supplier discounts, the same discounts that my corporate locations use, you will be using. We're not going to be saying, okay, you have to buy this equipment, these supplies through Canadian Property Stars, and we're going to hose you, et cetera, et cetera. No. I will not have happy franchisees unless my franchisees are absolutely killing it, crushing it, and profitable. So I want you guys to take advantage of all the supplier discounts that I have developed over the past 20 years. Whether you use my suppliers or you use your own, that's going to be totally up to you, because at the end of the day, it is a free country. So do exactly what you want, guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, the discounting and the supplier discounts that I've set up for you guys are unbelievable. You're going to be really, really happy. Okay, here's the next one, number 8. So brand and clients. Most times when you're buying a franchise in a new territory, in a new city, there might be a little bit of awareness. There might, I can think of like Subway and some really big brands and strong franchise brands and Tim Hortons, things like this. These are really, really well-known brands, but a lot of the franchises that are out there within these price ranges, there might be a location in Toronto or Vancouver, but they've never even heard of it in Calgary. So you're not really buying a brand. When you buy that franchise and you open up and you put all your build out and you build it up, you now have to go out and market and get people aware of what's going on, unless there's a lot of national advertising going on. With Canadian Property Stars, every single territory that we're going to be awarding franchises in this fall, Canadian Property Stars has been operating, whether we were close with our location and it was our main cities going and operating and servicing these clients, or whether we literally would pack up our sales teams, drive a couple hours and be up in a motel to service our clients. We have been actually servicing these neighborhoods for the past 10 years, some only a few years, some the full 10 years. And we have real clients, renewing clients, plus a brand. When our team comes into the neighborhood and the vans come in, the trailers, the aerators, the word gets out, oh, Property Stars is here, and then you just start seeing the flags coming up all over the place. So not only will you have a brand, which most franchises have some form of brand. If you have a big brand, you're paying big prices. Not only do we have a big brand and you're not paying low prices, but we actually have existing clientele in all of these regions, which you're going to be getting as part of your franchise opportunity. So not only are you going to be starting with a brand, you're going to be starting the ground running with clients right away, earning you money. Okay, next one. I'm getting excited because now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, the things that are going to make you so excited about this opportunity, and that sets me apart greatly apart from other franchise opportunities out there. And that's the equipment. To get started in this business, you're going to need aerators, guys. You're going to need aerators. You're going to need a trailer. Well, guess what? In our massive expansion across the country, we actually bought and over-purchased a tremendous amount of aerators as our other aerators were a few years old. We were growing. We hadn't decided, are we going to go all the way across the US? Are we going to be in every single market in the world? Who knows? So we actually have an excess amount right now of maintained aerators. And what we're going to be doing with the qualified franchisees that we're going to be awarding, we're going to be providing you guys the equipment packet. So if you're a little micro territory, you'd be one trailer's worth 14 aerators. If you're a little bigger, it'd be 28 aerators, or the bigger locations like London, Ontario and Winnipeg, they'd be up to 42 aerators. Now imagine if you were starting a franchise or starting a business on your own and said, man, I'm going to do what this Canadian Property Stars does. And you had to go out and buy 40 aerators. They'd be around $3,000 each. You'd be paying over $120,000. Now, what's beautiful about this opportunity is since Canadian Property Stars corporately has this excess equipment currently, for the first franchisees that are coming in, as we fill these franchise operations, we're going to actually be providing this as part of your franchise opportunity and your package. And we're going to be providing it at half price of what you'd have to pay at a commercial level, guys. This is unbelievable because these aerators last 20 years, and the ones that you're going to be getting are maybe 2 to 3 years old, extremely well maintained, and you're going to be getting it at half price. Okay, this is unheard of when it comes to franchising, and it's a unique opportunity because my company does have the excess equipment. It's completely unique, but it's going to be allowing you to get into business and generate the revenue for half the cost it would cost if you actually went out to buy the aerators yourself. All right, next one. Very excited about this, guys. I mentioned before that all of these territories, all of these areas, we have actually been working in, whether it be through road trips, example, Kelowna is one example in British Columbia. We've been taking our mainland teams, putting them up in a motel for a couple weeks every spring and generating a couple $100,000 poking holes in the grass in a 10-day road trip. This is how powerful this system is. But the thing is, we don't need that space now. Now that we have lawn rejuvenation, we'd rather stay within an hour drive of all of our locations and create a massive business opportunity for everyone else in these local markets. And these local markets like Kelowna, if you're a lawn care business and you're in Kelowna, you've seen us show up late March and just come into town and just white flags everywhere. This is the power of the business, and this is the business opportunity that I am presenting to those local business owners that have a local presence in the community. That what you guys will do compared to what we've done is just unbelievable if you can take advantage of this business system. So in saying that, clients, well, we have an unrelenting amount of clients that we have built and developed over the years in some of these territories. Some territories, a little bit of clients, let's call it a few hundred to a few thousand. Other territories, we're talking 10, 20, 30,000 clients lifetime in your territories. Guys, I can't put a dollar sign on it, but what I can tell you is this. I understand that if I can provide you not only the brand, the equipment, the systems, and absolutely everything you need, if I can provide you a client list that in January and February and March, you can pick up the phone and say, hey, Joe, this is Property Stars. We're locally owned now. We'd love to come and service your property again this year. We see we did it last year for only $60. Love to come out and take care of you again. Yeah, sure, I'll see you in the spring. Guys, our clients are so used to buying from us. They're so used to renewing us, and we're not asking them for thousands of dollars. $50, $60, $70 is not a large investment. It's the best thing they can do for their lawn, but you can do it thousands of them, and the volume is where the revenue is. The volume is where the profitability is. So we're going to be providing our franchisees with thousands of clients for less than, listen closely, less than 10 cents on the dollar. What I guarantee you is with these lists, when we teach you exactly how to renew them and exactly how to get them booked in, you are going to be able to double or triple the amount that you're paying for that list in the very first year alone. That is unheard of in the franchise industry. That is unheard of that you're going to enter a new franchise and suddenly say, hey, but here's thousands of clients. That's what we're doing here at Property Stars because we have them and we've been documenting them and we've been taking care of these clients for years. Okay, last part. Some franchises have this. We're able to do this for two main reasons. Number one, we are going to be internally financing qualified franchisees because we realize it is a lot of money out of pocket. You are going to have to get financing, friends and family, beg, steal, and cheat to find the funds to get into this business, to get started. Because once you make that decision, once you join us, you are going to be thanking yourself for making this decision for the rest of your life. You're going to blow this business up and create a legacy for your family and for your organization in your town. But in order to do that, you need to come up with the money. We believe in Canadian Property Stars and our system so wholeheartedly. We believe in our franchisees and the opportunity and the systems and how well it works so wholeheartedly that we're going to be financing qualified franchisees up to 50% of the franchise fee. That's right. So you're going to have a total number that's going to include your clients at less than 10 cents on the dollar, your aerators at half price, and the small franchise fee. You're going to have that number, and that number, if you're qualified, if you're the right person to join our business, and you have the right character, the right work ethic, and the right hunger to build a massive business in your territory, I'm going to say, you know what? Give me half of it. We'll finance the other half of it. Spread it out over 5 to 10 years so that it can be an easy payment so that you can own this business free and clear and absolutely smash it for the rest of your working lives. Guys, this is the opportunity. What I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you're hearing this, you're saying, man, like I got to know about this. Not too long from now in Ottawa, I'm going to be holding a one-time franchise opportunity meeting. And now when I say one time, what I mean by that is if I award the franchise in your town that you're living in September, it will be one time. There'll never be an opportunity to attract that opportunity again because our franchisees are going to be here forever. It's going to be that simple. So guys, if you're seeing this, you say, I need to know a little bit more about this. What I'd recommend you do, visit my main page. It's CanadianPropertyStars.com. On the home page, you're going to see there's a franchising button. Click the franchising button, put in your basic information, submit it through, and I will personally get back to you. Ben Stewart, that's me. I will pick up the phone, I will call you, we'll have a discussion, we'll evaluate whether this is an opportunity that might work for you and your family and your organization, and I will be inviting up to 3 business entrepreneurs in September out to Ottawa to get to know about the opportunity and have that opportunity to have that new business in your local market. So guys, thank you so much for your patience. I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation, gave you a little bit of a snapshot about what we're doing here and the opportunity that I have in front of you. And I'm really excited. Our corporate locations are moving along, but the thought that we don't need the space and we can finally give that franchise opportunity is not only going to take my corporate locations so much higher because of the deepening of our brand, the service quality we're going to be able to provide our clients in the local communities is going to deepen the brand. We're going to have more staff than ever. We're going to have more revenue than ever. And one mind is very good. 10 minds is a lot better, and having 50 or 100 really strong corporate managers and franchisees is going to take our business to the next level, and is going to continue to cement it as the #1 lawn care and property maintenance business in the country. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and I look forward to meeting you real soon.